Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. You are listening to 多聴多読 English Radio. My name is Kento, and in this channel, I talk about various topics using simple, clear English to help you learn English. And in today's episode, I'm going to talk about my language learning journey. The languages I've learned and the ones I'm learning now, and also share my experiences with each of them. I hope you'll enjoy it. Now, let me first talk about my experience learning languages. The first language after English for me was French. That was when I was in university. At my university, it was required to take a course in another language. Required means necessary or something you have to do. And at my university, there were many options like French, German, Spanish, Mandarin Chinese, Korean, and probably Thai. Before we picked a language, there was some kind of presentation by each language teacher. And the French teacher seemed nice and cool and a bit funny. That's why I chose French. I know it sounds a bit silly, but I was a teenager. And I kind of regretted choosing French because it was harder than I thought. My grade was so bad in the first semester. However, maybe because I got a bad grade, somehow I got serious about French. And I started to self-study French when I had time, like between classes. Then I got much better score the next semester. And long story short, I continued to study French until my third year at university. But after that, there was a long pause for about 4 years, I think. I couldn't have time for French when I was in graduate school, as well as during my first year on the job, which is teaching English at university. However, I started to want to study French again and decided to take an exam called Futsuken. It's the only official Japanese French exam, and I got the second grade. I think it was like 7 years ago or even before that. And after that, I studied French on and off. I can't really let it go, maybe because I still have this hope that I want to reach a level close to my English. That's why I still sometimes feel I need to do French. But in reality, there are too many languages I want to learn, so I can't usually spend time on French. But I think French is still my second best foreign language. The best is, well, of course, English. And I knew some of you are expecting me to speak French when I make this kind of video. But as you know, this channel is 多聴多読 English Radio, not 多聴多読 Radio Français. So, not in this video, but perhaps in a future episode. And now let me talk about other languages I've dabbled in. Dabble means you do something just for fun and not too seriously. It sounds very similar to double, but they are different. Alright, let me bring the books I have for languages. So I have more books than I expected. Okay, let me show you some of them. Okay, so like I said, I have learned French, so I have many books for French. These are grammar book and Futsuken books. And also, here I have some books written in French. This is famous book. It's called Étranger. It's the stranger in English, or 異邦人 in Japanese by Camus, right? and there are some series. In French, it's called Lupin, but in Japanese, it's Lupin. I'm not sure how to pronounce it in English though. Also, I have learned Spanish, so I have some books for Spanish. These are written in English. And this is a Spanish book for extensive reading and probably listening. So as I recommend, extensive listening and reading, 多聴多読 is very important. So that's what I do. Okay, so these are Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, and this one is Cantonese, so a bit different. Technically, they are different. So I was interested in Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, so I have learned Chinese. I think I have done this book and this book maybe 3 times each. By the way, this New Express series, I really love this series. Also, here I have Cantonese. So this one is again New Express series. And so I bought this and I learned Cantonese because I had a chance to go to Hong Kong about a few years ago. So I studied Cantonese. I think I have read through like 3 times, but to be honest, I don't really remember much. There are still more to go. So here I have Russian. Again, this one is New Express series. I think I have read through this one 3 times again, but it was many years ago. Alright, so here I have again so many books from New Express series, and actually I haven't used these books yet. I want to learn Italian, Polish, especially in the future, but not in the near future, I think. Okay, so I have Italian, Polish, Swahili, Indonesian, Hebrew, Persian, and Norwegian. Also, I have a book for Latin. Yeah, as you can see, I think I have read through just once. I think Latin is a very interesting language, and also it's related to English, so it's very fun. It's very interesting. And until recently, I was learning German. So I have this book, Massimo. This is also a really good series. It's written in English though. Okay, I have here a German grammar book, German New Express series. And actually, I took Dokken this June. And Dokken is, as you can imagine, the German version of Futsuken. So an official German test in Japan. I wanted to brush up on my German, so I decided to take the exam. And I took the 3rd grade. And here I have the results. So actually I received this yesterday. So let me show you. Okay, ta-da! I got the 3rd grade. So this is a certificate. This is much smaller than I thought. But anyway, so I got the 3rd grade of Dokken. And I'll probably make another video about how I learned or studied German. And recently, I have been learning Arabic. Actually, I was learning it for about a year and a half before I started to prepare for the German exam. So that means I kind of restarted learning Arabic. The reason I started learning Arabic in the first place was that Arabic seemed so hard and very different. And I wondered how it would feel if I could read and understand these very foreign letters. Now I can read and write, but of course I'm not saying I have mastered the language or I can speak it fluently. But I feel like I'm making progress little by little, and it is so fun. Arabic is very complicated language in several ways, and I failed to continue so many times actually. But that is for another video. let me show you some books for Arabic. So I have so many books for Arabic. These are all for Arabic. Can you see? Yeah, so some of them are written, actually, many of them are written in Japanese, and some of them are written in English. So, for example, this one, I think this one was my favorite, Mastering Arabic. This is written in English and, of course, in Arabic. This was really fun. Okay, and yeah, again, I have so many books for Arabic. I can't show you all of them because I have some more. I was also learning Dutch for probably a few months. So here I have textbook for Dutch. And I said I was learning, but I still try to review it when I can. And actually, Dutch is one of my favorite languages. It is so similar to both German and English. Actually, they are like sisters or brothers. That means they were historically the same language. I think I will talk about it in the future. And also, quite recently, I started to dabble in Gulf Arabic. This one, Gulf Arabic. I literally started like last week or 2 weeks ago. So I just know some bits. And technically, Gulf Arabic is a dialect of Arabic, which I've been learning. But they are quite different in many ways. And as much as I'd love to talk more about Arabic and Gulf Arabic, that will be a topic for another video. So these are the languages I have learned and the ones I'm still learning. Well, I think I already talked a lot, but I can't really stop talking when it comes to languages. So for future videos, if you have any requests, please let me know. Like, tell me more about Arabic or tell me about how to choose a language and so on. I know Japanese people usually don't like to stand out, but if you give me any comment, I really appreciate it. Also, if you have learned another language other than English, please let me know by leaving a comment. In the future, I will make videos about how I learn these languages. And also, I want to talk more about each language I introduced today because, like I said, this is my favorite topic. All right, that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please don't forget to like this video. And if you haven't, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, or thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.